Our company has been here in Saudi since its inception in 1991. We've been working in the logistic fields in Saudi Arabia. Our main focus is in agency and providing logistics and services to companies that are operating in the offshore and maritime sector. Since then, the company has diversified its services to cover as much of the demand in that field, and thankfully, after lots of developments and achieving many goals of cooperating with more than 8 international JV partners to cover up all the specialized services in the marine sector. There has been a significant change in the past few years, as the government is trying to localize and support all the services that are provided to the logistics, to the ports and to companies that are looking for logistic services. The demand has surged, especially in the past few years, locally, and the country has opened up also for foreign companies to come in Saudi and offer their own services in Saudi without much of regulations, and they try to ease companies who are interested into coming into Saudi. So that has elevated the level of services that is provided in the local market and pushed everyone to advance the level of service that they're providing, and ultimately the end users who got all the benefits out of all of this. The East Coast has been and will always be an oil and gas related operations. 90% of the services that are required in the East Coast are oil and gas related. That for vessels who are working inside the oil fields permanently, or vessels that are staying for regularly more than 3 months, that needs continuous services from maintenance to agency to clearance. But in the West Coast, what's happening now there is quite interesting. We are seeing offshore construction work happening first time in Saudi in areas that are not related to oil and gas. And the Red Sea projects, which are tourism related projects, and lots of other construction work in the offshore. So these things are very interesting, and we see quite lots of activities that are happening in the West Coast that are not related to oil and gas. We have been, as Sedres, looking at few opportunities, and we're very close to signing a deal to provide a service for a very long-term contract in Jazan. This has been clearly an objective set by the Mawani and by the government to make Saudi basically a hub for cargo movements. And this would mean a lot, not only for our company, but it will impact us directly and indirectly through the movement that could take place, the land logistics that will be more activated due to this. And significantly it would reduce the cost that is currently being incurred by companies who are importing through outside Saudi by sea to a country that is outside Saudi and then by sea. But doing so will increase the efficiency and will increase the volume of business coming in, and eventually reduce the cost that has been occurred at every single company that are importing materials out of Saudi. So this will be significant and will eventually reduce the cost of shipping. Everywhere. I could see them in the West Coast, I could see them in the East Coast, and one significant point, Peter, that we see it as a change. People used to look at the offshore industry in Saudi as oil and gas. It's not like that anymore. Now it's more sustainable. We look at the West Coast, we look at all this diversification of industries that taking place. We see the logistics hub that are being created in a very strategical areas in Jazan, in northern of Jeddah, the IMI that is taking place in eastern Saudi. So these are a value-added projects that will create sustainability of demand and will give everyone in the private sector or even in the even in the as foreign investors, some confidence to come and enjoy a sustainable market.